Hello.
Hello,
Hello, Daniel. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Fine. Fine. I am Rajశేఖర్ from India.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just now I watched your profile on Cambly.
Uh-huh.
I think you are. Could you tell me something about your education? I mean, you did you wrote your major in writing. Could you explain about that?
Oh, you read that. Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
You wrote something like you were major in writing. In writing, I
Oh,
think, is there any course like that in
mm,
Philippines?
uh-huh. Oh, okay. So, I graduated with a degree in communication, and
Okay.
yeah, I majored in writing.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah,
what
it's
is
really
that?
nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Uh, I I think you are a research student. What is your area? Are you a research student?
If I'm a research assistant, yes.
Yeah, yeah. You are.
Okay.
Wow.
I will share about my previous job. I helped a retired professor
Okay.
write a book uh, on pioneering communication in the Philippines. So
Okay.
we wrote a history book about that.
Okay.
So I was his research assistant.
Okay. That is okay. And what is your major what is your profession right now?
What I do right now,
Yeah. What do you do for living?
um, besides Cambly, I am a content writer at a umbrella publication company.
Okay. Uh, you are a content writer. That means you also edit the scripts.
Um,
Um,
well, in university, I was also trained to do scripts, but
okay.
um, more on content articles.
Right now, where are you living? Are you in Philippines or some other country?
Oh, I'm in the Philippines. I'm Filipino, by the way.
Okay.
How
And
about yourself? If I may
I
ask.
yeah, I am from India. I am from India has 28 states, and in 28 states, I am from Telangana state.
Mm-hmm.
I am living in Hyderabad. It is capital city of Telangana state.
Mm.
Uh, and also, could you tell me about your place? Where do you live? In Philippines, where do you live?
Okay. I live in a place called Los Baños.
Okay,
It's spelled as this.
okay,
And what it means, it's a Spanish name because we were colonized by Spain
ah,
historically. And what it means is many pools because there's lots of hot springs around in our area. So there
oh,
are many swimming resorts or,
oh.
yeah,
Las
pool places.
Las Bonos means many pools.
Many pools, yes. Because
Okay,
there are many hot springs in our area.
okay. That means hot springs means the water is hot.
Yes, that's why a lot of people like to go swimming in the resorts here.
Uh, okay, and it is too much hot, or it is no problem, for swimming. Naturally, they are hot, or
Naturally, yes.
I think they are Ayurved. They have Ayurvedic content. I think Ayurvedic. We call it Ayurvedic. Medicinally, it is fit for body.
Mm.
Uh,
The reason why it's hot is because there is a dormant volcano,
uh,
and so instead of erupting as a volcano, it just stays still as a mountain, and all the heat comes from underground. And instead of becoming a volcano or instead of exploding, it just heats up the water beneath in the surface. That's what makes the springs. So yeah.
Okay. You are living with your parents, or are you living with parents, or you are a bachelor? You are living alone.
I still live with my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just I want to know. I think, are you in a hostel, or are you in a university or something like that? I asked a question like that. Okay. Uh,
Oh.
uh, uh, could you tell me? Could you tell me how to ask questions? I have a problem in asking questions.
Mm,
In asking questions, uh, I feel I get stuck up at somewhere. Uh,
mm,
so in conversations, I feel I got stuck at asking questions.
mm. I have a question, by the way. Let me first ask you with a question.
Uh,
um, what do you do, or what field are you in again?
I am a journalist.
Mm.
Journalism. I am a journalist.
Uh,
I am working in the electronic media and broadcasting. I am a senior journalist.
wow.
My mother tongue is Telugu. 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 Telugu is my mother tongue. Hmm?
Okay.
Uh, my national language is Hindi,
Mm,
but Hindi is my national language. But
mm.
my mother tongue is Telugu. I am working in a Telugu news channel. News channel.
Wow.
It is a political channel. Content is basically around politics. Hmm?
Mm.
Politics, political channel. Uh,
Okay.
Political channel. So,
So,
uh, okay.
where do you find yourself have or how do you find yourself having trouble asking questions? Like, are you afraid that you might not be politically correct, or uh, can you elaborate a little on why you feel probably why you feel getting
Uh,
stuck
uh,
upon asking questions?
Not regarding content. I get a problem related to grammar. Huh?
Oh, grammar.
Related to grammar. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I mean, my mother tongue. I have influence of my mother tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been, whenever I want to talk, whenever I continue my conversations in English, my
Mm-hmm.
mother tongue influence is too much of my mother tongue influence.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to correct that. Can you give me some advices on how to overcome that problem? Influence of mother tongue. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
One question: is your mother tongue English, or is your mother tongue some other language?
In the Philippines, there are some families that raise their children bilingual.
Okay.
So some of them raise their kids speaking English and Filipino. So that's probably so yeah, that's why probably a lot of Filipinos are proficient when they speak in English. But one advice that I can give, and I hope that would help, is when you want to speak in English, because sometimes, well, this is in the case of some ESL learners, that when they try to speak in English, they still think in, uh, they try to translate it in their minds
Yeah.
before saying it, and that takes a lot of time. So
Yes.
um, it's very essential. And if you can, try to think. If you want to speak in English, try to think in English.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even matter if starting out. It doesn't even matter if there can be a few grammatical lapses here and there. But I think what's more important, especially when you're a journalist and you need to ask a question,
Yes.
I think that there's no time to gather the perfect words and the perfect usage of grammar. What's important is the person you're talking to understands you,
Yes.
and that you would also, and what's important is that you would also get the answers that you're asking for, and then edit it later when you're crafting your article or your journal entry.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah.
That is nice. You have given me some confidence. But could you give me some resources? If you have any resources, could you post them here on how to overcome mother tongue influence on speaking English? Mother
Mm.
tongue influence. If you have any resources, not right now, after this also, you
Uh,
can message. You can message. You can message to me
mhm.
if there are any resources on how to improve writing skills, and how to improve, on how to overcome mother tongue influence on English. If you have any resources after this meeting, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much. That also I feel very happy. Okay.
I'll try to do so. I'm sure that there are lots of resources out there, but I'll have a check on it, and I will message you if I find anything that I think would be helpful.
On written skills, and on how to overcome mother tongue influence.
Mm.
And I mean thinking in English, on books on thinking in English. How to
Mm.
think in English, like that. If there are any books on how to think in English, that will be fine. And I mean source where I can find like that.
Okay.
One more thing is, recently I read somewhere in Philippines, to graduate, the student has to plant 10 trees. 10 trees. Is there such kind of rule in Philippines?
That can you? Oh wait, what happened to the trees? 10 trees were planted where?
If you plant 10 trees, then only you will get a graduation degree. Graduation.
Oh.
Somewhere I read in Philippines, the government is implementing this rule. If you want to become a, if you want a certificate, if you want to if you want to pass out from the graduate, from the university, if you want a degree, you have to do besides studies, you have to support environmental activity of
Mm.
government. That means
Oh.
you have to plant 10 trees. That I read recently. I read very
Mm.
recently. I read in the media. I don't know whether it is correct or not, but recently I read.
Well, I would have to commend you for being more up to date with with what's happening in my country more than me, because
Thank.
um, I am not sure if that were correct,
Okay.
but we can always check to verify if there's a reputable newspaper that's published it. Then most likely it's true.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Uh,
just to be clear, a person who took a college degree or any degree cannot graduate if they don't plant 10 trees.
yeah, yes, yes. Like
Oh,
there
okay.
is a rule by your government. I think I read somewhere, and it is very good rule.
Yeah.
Because now the problem with global warming is more, and there are many changes in the weather. So if the government has such kind of plan, it is very great.
Yeah.
Thank you. And also, tell me something about your education. Could you tell about your education? You are still studying, or now
Oh,
are you still studying?
so I graduated 2 years ago.
Okay,
I already graduated.
okay.
Yeah, and I've been.
You look like very young. I think you are like
Oh,
a college going student.
I've been getting that a lot. But thank you. I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Okay. You are teaching from the house. You are teaching online only.
Yeah. Although I've had experience in teaching different nationalities like Japanese, Laotians, and the like,
Okay.
Filipinos.
Okay. So,
We have little time left. Thank you so much for this conversation. It was really nice meeting you.
Okay, thank you very much. And next time also I will